Ah, the power of friendship. Nothing quite like bonding over a lack of sleep and a questionable diet of instant ramen at a festival, right? Seriously, though, the narrative frolics through the highs of camaraderie and those magical moments spent meeting new friends, like discovering a new study buddy in a sea of caffeine fueled chaos. Conversations between participants really magnify that festive spirit, making you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, like that first sip of coffee on a Monday morning. Speaking of challenges, who doesn't love a good old storm to jazz up the day? Participants are urged to tackle all sorts of wild twists and turns, like navigating through a hurricane in a go-kart. Seriously, it's like the universe decided to turn this festival into an episode of Survivor, the racing edition. This adds adventure and unpredictability to the whole experience, making you feel like an action hero in a movie, but with better snacks. And just when you thought it couldn't get more exciting, we're introduced to a superstar. You know, the kind of person who can draw a crowd faster than an all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. With the anticipation brewing for their big entrance, star power adds an electric vibe to the festival, showcasing that when it comes to entertainment, the name on the marquee can turn a simple car show into a full-fledged spectacle. Now, let's talk about showcase events that are, quite frankly, adrenaline pumping. Picture this: racing against daredevil bikers while dodging giant inflatable flamingos. Okay, maybe not flamingos, but you get the idea. These extreme competitions captivate the audience like a cat video on the internet, cranking the excitement levels high throughout the event, because who doesn't want to see a little friendly competition on wheels? Speaking of excitement, there's a thrilling aspect of unique photography that's like Instagram on steroids. Participants get to snap photos of their cars in dramatic, stormy settings, because what's more artistic than you and your sweet ride braving Mother Nature? It's like casting your car for a dramatic role in a movie, Fast and the Furious, Wet and Wild edition. This combo of art and skill really makes the event pop, engaging participants and spectators alike. Now, as thrilling as it sounds, participants are also on a quest for accolades. Think badges like scouting, but with way more horsepower. They're tackling challenges ranging from races to stunts, accumulating awards like they're candy at a parade. It's not just about racing. It's about advancing in their very own horizon adventure, making every victory sweeter than finding a fridge full of leftovers after a long study session. And boy, do these eager participants have a zest for racing activities. You can practically hear their excitement bubbling over, like a soda can left out in the sun. This lively enthusiasm sets the perfect tone for the event, echoing a sentiment we all know too well. Who doesn't want to live life in the fast lane, even if you're just racing to get to your 9 a.m. class on time? Now, with all this racing chatter, the mention of a Horizon adventure teases upcoming projects that sound almost too good to be true. I mean, who doesn't love a little excitement about new experiences? It's like waiting for the next season of your favorite show, only with more tires screeching and less cliffhangers. This anticipation definitely amps up the excitement for future challenges and escapades. Meanwhile, the auto show welcomes visitors with open arms, encouraging everyone to explore and interact with exhibits. It's like a giant hands-on museum where you're allowed to touch things, and trust me, nothing feels better than revving an engine, even if it belongs to a display car. This interactive element spices up the whole experience, making it feel more like a party than a standard exhibition. Who knew learning could be this much fun? As if that wasn't enough, the game throws in XP boards hidden all around Mexico, inviting players to embark on treasure hunt-style quests. You might just discover that every location holds the potential for rewards, transforming the typical Sunday drive into an epic quest for goodies. It's like Pokemon Go for motorheads, just without the worries of stepping on your neighbors' lawns. And let's not forget the warm, welcoming message that emphasizes community and family in the Horizon universe. It's more than just a game. It's like Thanksgiving dinner with your extended family, where everyone has a seat at the table, minus the turkey, but with a whole lot more horsepower. This narrative reinforces that players are part of a larger, thrill-seeking family, which is always heartwarming, even if someone inevitably throws a turkey leg. Now here's where it gets interesting. Players are free to choose their next adventure. Think of it as being handed the keys to your own destiny, literally. This open world nature allows for personalized gaming experiences, letting players steer their journey based on their interests. Freedom is fantastic, as long as you don't end up on the road less traveled and have to call for a tow truck. The characters in this epic tale are buzzing with excitement as they discuss their destination, the famed Horizon Festival. It's not just a festival, but a grand celebration of local culture and traditions, giving off vibes like a taco truck on a hot summer day. You can practically taste the anticipation as they gear up for a cultural journey through the heart of racing. When they hit a storm, one character steps in like a trusty co-pilot, reassuring the other about the journey ahead. This little moment reflects the bond they've forged, the kind that only multiple late-night study sessions can create. It's these deep connections that remind us that sometimes it's not just about the destination but the company we keep along the way. Upon landing, they stumble across an abandoned temple, unveiling the historical significance of their surroundings. You know, the kind of place that makes you reminisce about ancient civilizations. It's like a real-life excavation mission, complete with all the mysteries and artifacts that could easily be mistaken for a semester's worth of textbook reading, except way cooler and with fewer pop quizzes. Now, understanding the track and environment is crucial, because let's face it, you wouldn't want to trip over your shoelaces while racing. Racers recognize that knowledge of the terrain enhances their competition prep, making them sharper than your roommates come back in a heated debate. It's all about gaining that edge and improving your chances of victory, because winning is sweeter when you know what you're doing. As our characters discuss the stunning coastal region, they showcase its beautiful ecosystems, all while pondering the impact of vehicles on the environment. It's like they're the eco-warriors of the racing world, weighing the effect of speed on both sand and beach life, because, let's be honest, no one wants to become the villain in Mother Nature's story. And naturally, the conversation turns to the need for ecological studies. They hit upon the balance between recreation and conservation, ensuring these landscapes remain fun for locals and tourists alike. Because what's better than saving the environment while doing donuts in the sand? It's like a win-win situation, where you can party hard and be Mother Nature's best friend at the same time. Ollie, our data-driven mastermind, craves precise telemetry data to amp up the racing experience. You know, the kind of cold, hard facts that make racers go. This highlights how vital data collection is in the world of competitive racing, because folks, optimizing strategies in the heat of the moment is the key to claiming that glorious first-place trophy. Meanwhile, teamwork takes the spotlight, as Juan and others join forces to gather the telemetry data, proving that behind every racing champion, there's usually an equally dedicated pit crew. This collaboration showcases the importance of unity in achieving common goals, reminding us that sometimes it takes a village to conquer the racetrack and avoid running out of gas halfway through. Expanding existing racing programs is high on the agenda as the community rallies for growth and adventure, not just geographical expansion. It's like a racing family reunion where everyone pitches in to make the sport bigger and better. Let's be real, it's not just about the miles you cover, but the memories you create while zooming past the finish line. The importance of family in Mexican culture shines brightly in the story, illustrating how relationships shape our identity and values. It's the kind of connection that warms your heart like a homemade meal, and this bond is beautifully depicted through the narrator's relationship with his great-grandfather. It shows that family ties can fuel our passions, and sometimes our cars. On this nostalgic journey to find his great-grandfather's Volkswagen Beetle, our narrator dives deep into the significance of preserving family history. It's like an emotional treasure hunt, reminding us that reconnecting with our roots can be just as thrilling as a race around the track. Plus, who wouldn't want to take a joyride in an old-school classic? As our hero continues this journey, he symbolizes a deeper exploration of heritage and personal legacy. It's a challenge not just physically, but emotionally, like discovering a hidden stash of old family photos that make you laugh and cry simultaneously. This quest resonates with all of us, proving that sometimes the road less traveled is the one that leads to the most profound revelations. In the midst of this heartwarming adventure, the conversation veers toward Papa Fernando's impressive advancements in car modifications. Think of him as the mad scientist of automotive technology, always tinkering and innovating. His foresight showcases how passion drives progress, and it's a delightful nod to the inventive spirit that runs in families, like a family tree that doubles as a racing team. Family connections take center stage as stories from relatives highlight Papa Fernando's adventurous spirit and his involvement in competitive racing. It's like sitting around the dinner table, listening to tales that could make any movie script jealous. These anecdotes bring a smile to our faces while solidifying the notion that racing isn't just a sport, it's a legacy passed down through generations. And to wrap it all up, there's a playful suggestion to recreate thrilling stunts, blending nostalgia and creativity. It's like hosting a talent show where the only requirement is to honor Papa Fernando's legacy through breathtaking automotive challenges. Let's face it, honoring the past while revving the engines for the future is what this racing family is all about.